listen, Scott. If they find this out, you know it's going to go bad for you.
What does it matter if I have 4 wives or 1 wife or no wife?
It don't matter what faith you are, what religion you are, what color you are, what income gap you are. There's going to be bad apples in everything.
There are green people walking around on this earth, and they speak in this tongue because I've talked to them. Ninko. Ninko.
To worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone will my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. Hi! Wait, I did it. We're just gonna do I.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Mother vs. Son podcast. I am your magnificent host of the day, and my name is Scott from Scott's Honest Reviews, and
I am Tessie from Homestead Tessie, and I'm the mother.
She almost forgot where
and he is my son.
You watch
Michelle. Yes. Come here a minute.
Okay, I need a drink because. So Michelle.
Tell Michelle. Sit down here and tell me
how you eat cookies.
Look at me and tell me the story. So you did a product review of a cover.
Now this was a funny comment though. I had to laugh.
Right. But what was it? Somebody was not liking your product.
Well, somebody didn't like the product. It was a blanket, but this was a funny one because
I just don't like it. I would not buy it.
They said,
but they weren't meant to be funny, or were they?
I don't think they were trying to be funny, but it was funny.
Right.
But I deleted it because I don't like negativity. But it said the blanket looked like they ate a bunch of pumpkins and threw up.
Trick or treat. Candy.
So it was an orange blanket.
Yes.
Like, why do people do things?
Now, it was funny, but were they trying to be funny or were they trying to be rude?
Right, so we don't know.
Or
and
was
that's
it just their opinion?
And
I think it was hilarious.
But that is the problem.
I just deleted it because I don't like it.
It's a problem that we have as content creators, because when people say these things,
yes,
you don't
know behind the comment.
Right.
If you could see the person,
normally they would do LOL. Or something like that to let you know.
Yes. So the thing is, you don't ever know behind the comment. So
why did you delete it? Because people don't understand why content creators delete negative things.
Yes.
What happens if you keep that stuff up?
I deleted it because
delete that.
Coming from me and what I felt like, well, they're trying to belittle my product, degrade my product, and then making it look like, because I love the color, because I said I love the color.
Okay, so why did you delete that negative comment? Why do we delete negative comments?
Well, for one thing, I thought the comment was funny because it had some truth in it, because the cover kind of did look like you threw up pumpkins. But the thing is, I didn't want that on my channel, because if it came, I don't know what was behind the comment. Was it to be rude? Was it to be funny? I just don't want any kind of negativity. Even if it's like 1% negativity, I didn't want it on my channel.
What am I running from? The negativity. It keeps trying to follow me. Leave me alone.
So, and plus I was saying how I love the color, because I do love that color, even though it does look a little weird of an orange color. For fall time, it's a beautiful color. So I didn't want that comment there, because if somebody else comes on it, it just brings in some negativity.
We get the comments all the time. Oh, you're deleting bad comments because you're afraid of this and that.
No,
we don't want other people to have to deal with that.
Yes.
People have a hard day, a hard life. They come to see your channel. They don't want to see all of that.
No, they want positivity.
Okay.
It's gonna be fantastic. You're like living your lives. You're like being positive and stuff. That's fantastic. Round of applause to yourselves for being positive right now.
Because we like to, there's so much negativity in the world that we want to bring the positivity.
So I have one more question for her. She has no idea what I'm going to ask, but
Oh no, this is not gonna be good.
I know that she can answer this because this is something in her life. I get a comment all the time. Well, your daughter, she is always just so bubbly happy. Her life must be perfect. Is your life perfect?
No, my life is not perfect, and no one's life is perfect, but we can decide our outcome for our unperfect lives. So I am just a happy, bubbly person. I get it from my mom, and it just comes natural. It's just inside of me. But I have struggles in life just like everyone else, but I try to like look beyond those struggles.
I'm a human being. Sometimes I get blemishes. I'm not perfect.
And realize that these struggles aren't forever.
Right.
You know, you wake up.
Good morning.
You have a hard day. Well, that hard day isn't going to continue if you change your attitude. You can set the pace for your day. Now, we get thrown in things here and there that can kind of take us off track. But when it comes down to it, joy is found from within.
And why do you think your joy, because I'm saying about your joys, because
Yes.
that is what a troll would say about you, is
Yes.
you're too happy.
Yeah.
Happy, 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 happy. Why do you think trolls, the mean-spirited people, don't like happy people? Does it have to do with you, or does it have to do with them?
It most likely has to do with them.
Right.
And
so they're missing something in their life.
yes. And secretly, when they look at your happiness, they want that happiness.
It's been so long since I felt this. It's been so long since I had this. It's been so long since I needed this.
Happiness deep down,
Right.
that it bothers them because they're not sure how to dig beyond their
Right.
circumstances and
Right.
beyond their emotions
Right.
and beyond whatever they're facing to just pull out joy.
Right.
Even in simple things, and they see that we can be so happy over explaining a product, little things.
When
and
you are in your deepest sadness over something, how do you get yourself out of that? What do you do to bring yourself back into the
oh
focus
boy,
of joy? You do a lot of, I can answer
we're
one
kind
of
of
these.
identical. We
You
kind
do a lot of praise music.
yes, that helps.
Trust in the timing of the Lord.
So
Also-
we had a stressful situation this weekend, and I picked her up, and the first thing I heard was she had praise
Yes,
music on.
that always changes
And
the atmosphere.
she was like, oh, I'm just excited because she put that praise music. That took away some of her other thinking
Yes.
of other things.
Yes, and we're a lot alike though, because when you get sad, I feel like you and me both pick up kind of the same. What do
Right.
you do when you're sad?
I always think of things that are positive,
Yes,
put music
you
on.
change your mindset
I think the biggest thing is being happy wherever this situation goes.
from what is bothering you to what makes you feel happy.
I think I've kind of got to the point where I just gave it to God.
yes.
And his burden is light. So we just
and
give our burdens
yes,
to him.
And he doesn't want us to walk into things that we can't control on a daily basis. We can't control what somebody thinks of us, what somebody
Right.
says about
Right.
us. We can't control these things, and if we can't control them, why even let them affect you?
But when Ed got stressed, his behavior is bad. So I feel not good. He need to calm down.
It doesn't even need to affect you if you can't control it. There's gonna be people that are gonna say you're too happy, you're too loud. Well, guess what? You are you, and the people that do love you will come on your channel, and they will love who you are.
Be you, because nobody else is.
That's why God made everyone very different. We are all different, every single one of us.
Right.
And God has a certain group of people. They're gonna love your personality. They're gonna love things about you. You're gonna have people that won't like you.
Fill me with your hate. Try to bring me down. Oop up, you're too late.
So those kind of people, instead of being rude, if I was somebody, I'd go on a channel and I don't really, whatever, I just, I'd walk away. Just walk away. You know, it's not.
I think the
It
difference
takes more
between me and
energy
you
to
is
be
I
negative.
struggle with, I want to be their friend. I want everyone to see love.
Yes.
You don't seem to be as much of a people pleaser as far as that.
No, because you won't ever, there's a certain amount of people, sometimes there's certain people you can never please.
Right.
Please.
No matter what you do, what you change.
Right.
That you will
And
never
you just
please
have to
them
let it
because
go
they're
and
not,
give it up to
yes,
God.
because they're not even happy with themselves most likely.
Right.
So you give it up
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
and you spread it like
Right.
joy.
And she is. Everywhere she goes, ever since she was a little girl, she was sunshine.
But they see that from you.
Right. Well, you're even more so bubbly than I am.
I don't know.
I mean, she's always been
Yes.
the peacemaker.
Peace.
When there was
Yes.
any kind of conflict at home with the children, because my children are all a little over
We
a year
kind of took
apart.
over the channel here.
Yeah, all a little over a year apart. she was always the one that wanted peace.
Yes,
She
I
was a
was called it.
peacemaker.
My grandma would call me the peacemaker
but
because
we were talking about perfection and trying to be perfect and negativity.
Yes.
And I knew that you have a joy. You are here. You have a
Yes.
message, and that is. Your life is not perfect.
No.
There are struggles in your life that are deep struggles that Shell goes through, that are
Yes.
very sad struggles that
Yeah.
she works through.
Oh, Uncle Roger sad now.
But you found joy.
Yes, because we can't ever, if we live in our sorrow, it's okay to be sad and have these moments, but we
Right.
can't live there because
Right.
if you live there, what happens is you start digging a hole. And if you keep digging that hole of sorrow, before you know it, you're down at the bottom and you can't even get yourself up.
Right.
So what means when you can't get up, you might not be able to smile the next day, or you might not be able to find joy in things that you used to find joy in. So don't ever dig your hole so deep that you can't get out of it. So whatever
Because
you're
you never
facing-
know what your testimony could be to
Yes,
somebody else.
yes,
And you've seen
yes,
that.
yes.
Because you've seen it through online groups that when you struggle with something, there's
Yes,
other people that
yes,
struggle with it.
Yes, so
And
nobody's ever alone.
Right, they look
and
at you.
So by being joyful, I mean, it's just something that I believe I learned to build up over time. Just
Do you wanna build a snowman?
you know, not letting nothing get to the point where I dig a hole so deep
Right.
that I settle there.
Yeah.
Joy, you just gotta pick yourself up and realize there's simple things that everyone loves. It might be looking out the window on a snowing day. You can look at the snow falling and just bring yourself joy.
That's
Simple
right.
things.
So you would say focus on positive
Yes,
things.
yep.
You would say have music, gospel, Christian music in your
yes,
life.
worship music always brings.
And also you listen to different pastors. You
Yes.
do listen to different.
Yep. And then just looking at what you do have, if you're whatever it is, maybe you're having financial issues.
It broke.
You can go and walk around in your house and be like, I have a home, a roof over my head. It doesn't matter what that roof looks like. If it's over your head and it keeps the rain out, you have a roof over your head. You know, there's simple things in life that we can just look at, even though we might not have this, or we might have that, not have that. What do we have? We have this, we have that. So what you can always fill that void with things that you are blessed and thankful for.
And another thing I noticed that you did is when you have a certain struggle in your life, you got onto some Christian groups where other women had the same
Yes.
struggle.
Encourage
and
of
so
others.
then you
Yes.
didn't just keep it to yourself.
Yes.
You shared your struggle with other women
Yes.
while they shared their
Yes.
struggle with
and
you.
that's why people can
And that's
come
important.
to you because
Right.
you are relatable. Because if others struggle with, let's
Right.
say they don't have the nicest things of the
Right.
nicest things, they
Right.
can come to you
Right.
and they can feel like they have a friend.
Right.
Hey friend, hey. They have, you know, your.
Nobody ever needs to be alone anymore on the internet world.
Yes.
So if you struggle from depression, there are Christian groups
Yes.
that are like
yes.
that.
And
If
that's,
you
that's
struggle
one way to
with-
find
right.
joy is to just
find like-minded
yes,
people.
Yes, and then you know.
So she did really well, and I think we should have some more podcasts.
Now we gotta
with her.
take me out of the
If
picture.
you'd like to see her in more podcasts, give us a link.
Don't forget.
Give us a comment.
Don't forget, what is your channel?
And where are you? What is your channel's name?
I am Grace Like a River Reviews. So
we will make sure we link it to you all.
I do product reviews like my brother.
Yep. Very well.
Yes, she did very good.
How do you know somebody?
How are we singing this? I surrender.
I surrender all to thee.
Wait, hold on. Are we all gonna do it at the same time and count 3?
Wait. I know the hymn.
We're just gonna do I. She do as the deer panteth for.
I don't know this.
The waters of my soul longeth after you.
I don't know those.
I don't know
You
that.
alone, all my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone will my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. Long to worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone will my spirit yield. You alone
I long to worship you.
The reason why we sang that song was because I have a memory of my mother, and this is really going to be perfect for this. So, my mother was not a singer. My mother did not have the talent of singing.
We don't either.
So you would have looked at us and some people would have been like, oh my word, they are not singing like that on camera. Some people might have said, oh, that was so precious. Other people might have said, that was the most disgusting way of singing, hilarious. But let me tell you the story about my mother. My mother would sing in the kitchen and she couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. My mother had the most awful singing voice. But you know what I do today? I would give every money that I owned to hear her sing one more time. Because to me, her songs were just a reflection of giving it to the Lord. And so the Lord doesn't care how we look.
And one audience, if we got one
And he
audience
doesn't
and it's
care
here,
if we can't sing.
he doesn't care how we sound
Because we're giving praises.
to heaven it probably sounds beautiful.
And so my mother, boy,
is
I
true.
would love to hear her sing.
That is true. It
well,
says
we
sing
just
to
did
you.
our own little remix.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded good.
We'll find out when
but I guess we'll find out
when
on
it
the replay.
I
We'll find
didn't know
out.
the lyrics.
I didn't either.
And this wasn't rehearsed or
No,
practice or
this
nothing.
Michelle
I just
wanted
said,
to sing.
Let's all three sing. I love to sing. I mean, I don't know about my voice, but I love singing. So
Doesn't
I thought-
matter what your voice
And
is.
I know my mom has a good voice, and my brother has a good voice,
No.
so I thought all
No.
three of us in
No.
harmony.
We need to dispel the idea that we have to be perfect.
Yes.
Because we don't need
And
to
honestly,
be perfect.
for all we know, when we watch replay, we might think we sounded
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, well, should we start our own band?
Maybe.
Are we supposed to start
There we go. Do you guys want to hear
the
us
Grace
sing?
Like a River Band?
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Well,
go.
that sounds good. The Grace
Yeah.
Like a River Band.
Sing grace, how
Sweet
sweet
the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Yay!
I am your son, I am
I
your
think so.
grandfather, I am your uncle, I am your brother.
You're not my aunt, are you?
Well, as Jesus said, your mother and your brother are looking for you. And he said to the crowd,
I am not my brother's keeper.
No, that's a different. He said to the crowd, who is my mother and who is my brother? Verily, verily, I say unto you, that everybody who is with me is my brother and my mother.
Is it in the Bible that says about being a brother's keeper? We'll have
I'm
to check
not
into
quite
that.
sure. So, with that being said, we got a couple questions to
Do you
start.
want this light on up here too? Are we good?
Now we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
Are we good? I don't know. I guess we won't know if we're good until...
You do have the volume on today, Scott.
I do have the volume. I think so.
We could start. Oh my word! You tell us in the comments below. Do you want an ASMR video? It's dinner time.
No.
An ASMR is like, hello Scott, my name is Tessie. I wouldn't be very good at that.
Some of those videos are really annoying, and I get it. A lot of people love those videos, like the little crackling, popping at the microphones and stuff.
Like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, that bugs me so bad. That ASMR stuff, it bugs me. Like I
did notice in my last video.
But
I was.
but
really
hey,
good at-
look, I have to say this. People love it though. People love it, and that's great. If you love it, hey, you know, tomatoes tomato. I love Pokemon, and a lot of people don't like Pokemon. What are you doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. That's what I thought. I don't know how to do stuff like that. Oh, now I just got ink all over the place. Oh well, that's good. Okay. Oh, we could do the messy Tessie video where you.
It's a mess. Such a mess.
Just spend the day with me and you see what for mess I make.
Or Scummy Scott, where all we do is we roll around in the pig mud.
Oh, I thought you were gonna skim the scum.
Skim the scum of the Scummy Scott.
Are you gonna drain the swamp then? There's a good one.
Yeah.
Shall we start on that
For
one?
those who do not know, we have been called many names because, well, when people are down low, what do? They call names on people that are above them because they try to bring the people that are above them down to their level. The thing is...
So you say they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. They're trying.
Well, they're...
My mom and dad used to have a saying about that, about the bottom of the barrel. Something about the bottom of the barrel.
Don't scrape the bottom of the barrel?
I don't know. Something about the bottom
I
of
don't
the
know.
barrel.
But one thing I've learned in life, people that are above you, they don't care to push you down lower, but the people that are under you like to pull you down. So as you're climbing the ladder, you just simply say,
Do you smell my cinnamon?
I do. It is very strong.
I know.
Ah, that's the best smell in the world.
I kind of went overboard in this section. I was like going like this with my essential oils and my cinnamon.
I surrender all.
And I figure he's going to fuss about this.
I surrender all. Huh?
Do you have a phone charger for me, Mom?
Yes.
The little child needs a phone charger. Want to say hi? I'm just kidding, guys.
Hi, everyone. I am the
This
third.
is my aunt.
I'm the third sippy, but I don't have my Starbucks today because he can't afford it. So I'm not going to be on because
I don't have the money.
I need a sippy to be on the video.
They are not supposed to know this.
Where do you want to charge it?
Guys,
Okay.
the truth is, Sippy Pod... What are we... Whoa, this is like a...
Roller coaster.
The Sippy podcast had to be canceled this morning because Amazon, well, they decided to cut my revenue by 80%.
Uh-oh.
10, 20, 30.
Yeah, that means your revenue was cut by 80%.
No. Really?
But you know what? We're still here. We're happy. We're joyed because guess what? Amazon doesn't provide. You want to know who provides? Who provides for us?
The Lord.
He does. Yeshua provides for us, and it's by Him we will get through whatever happens.
That reminds me, somebody had a question and asked that if we are Christian. So I'll just take a moment and say that our whole
on here?
Okay, well, that our whole family is born again Christian.
I don't think so.
We can work on that.
I don't.
So what is the topic of the day, Mr. Scott?
Topic of the day is don't be negative.
Wow.
Holy guacamole!
Negativity does not bring anything. For example, if you lost 80% of your revenue, that would be pretty rough, wouldn't it be? But we're here smiling, we're happy because guess what? Why be negative about something you can't change? If you can change it, change it. If you can't change it, give it to God and do the best that you can with your hands to change it. But yeah.
And also, I think what's really important is that it makes us more thankful for what we do have.
Oh, it does.
So a lot of times in the Bible, it talked about really bad times. And it said, blessed are the poor in spirit, for they shall be comforted.
A lot of people say, well, be happy. Be
Yeah.
happy with what you got and just settle for what you got. I don't believe that you're supposed to just settle for what you have. You're supposed to be happy with what you have, but also work hard for the things that you want. And not just simply say, well, it is what it is. Well, yes, it could be what it is, but the Bible also talks about the sloth and the ant.
Well, yes.
About the sluggard.
Yes.
And it talks about... Did you know there's over 1,000 Bible verses on money?
Well, yeah.
And most of them are positive. By the way,
he who does not work does not deserve his supper.
Yes, and woe to the man that as he waketh, he tosses and turneth in bed, which is basically saying that he doesn't get out of bed to get his job done.
Now, is the saying early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise?
Son, if you really want something in this life, you have to work for it. Now quiet, they're about to announce the lottery numbers.
Is that in the Bible or is that a old wives' tale?
I haven't come across that as far as I remember.
And the Bible does talk about getting up early.
Well, early to rise, yeah. You rise up and don't let the sun set on your task that
We
you
might
have to
have
do.
we might have to ask the third sippy that's beyond the camera if she could look that up. Early to bed, early to rise.
Is that in the Bible?
Is that in the Bible?
I'll get back to you.
Well, there's before the rooster crow or get up as the rooster crows.
Early to rise.
Early to bed, early to rise.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Oh, got me on fiddle, got me on. Sun coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
I have to be in the wooded area, the mountains, rivers, lakes.
Okay, he got that out of his system. And no, he did not have any caffeine this morning.
No, I'm just a happy person.
For you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat, and grab stars for so you can. Okay, no, I didn't find that.
Probably not, but
we'll have to look on that.
anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, no, negative. Cut it all out. Just cut out. Just let it go. Let it go. Don't have that negativity in your heart no more. I don't care what the trolls will say. I know my worth, 'cause it's founded in Christ our Savior.
Amen.
That's the best part of the Frozen movie.
Yeah, but I don't know if that verse was in that.
Well, that was the verse until Disney's like,
oh, okay.
We went woke, so
okay.
we gotta.
Okay.
Hold on. All right.
All right. We won't go there.
Anything we want to start?
Well,
anybody want to chime in on anything?
So this is share them my birthday cake.
Well, okay. She's got the money. We can't afford our sippies.
She bought her birthday cake for herself.
For everyone. I mean, myself. If I eat
that
this whole
feels really
cake,
bad.
If I eat this
That
whole
feels
cake,
really bad,
I would
doesn't
not.
it?
The birthday
If I
cake
eat
for
this whole
herself.
cake, I would not see.
She had to buy for herself. That sounds so bad.
Dude, my mama's so poor when she gets mad she can't afford to fly off the handle, so she gotta go Greyhound off the handle.
You know what? That's gonna be. Wow, they really are poor. They really are broke. They can't even buy their sister and daughter a cake.
That's all right.
Well, if that homestead Tessie
treating
stopped going to
everybody to a
50
cake.
Thursday.
I'm treating
that looks so
everybody
good.
to a birthday cake. So
She
this is
wanted
gonna
a special cake, and so she treated
So there
everybody.
you can see it.
Oh, wow.
That is good.
Look at that.
What is it? Peanut
It
butter?
is chocolate with peanut butter icing, and it smells like heaven.
The smell is incredible.
It's hard to smell it over the cinnamon.
You guys want me to taste it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm just not gonna have that corner. You're not even on camera. Get your face on there. There you go. There you go.
That's good.
Okay,
Wow,
now
that's
she
good.
just licked the cake so nobody else can eat it, but that's good.
That way nobody
Do you
wants
know?
it.
Do you know something that's so interesting that we never thought about before?
That's
Well,
good.
you tell me.
Before COVID,
Yeah.
I can't say the full word because you get
All right, guys,
banned.
close that up. Save that for after lunch.
Because ever since that, people before you could blow out candles
Oh,
for
yes.
birthdays, like you just like you would blow out candles, and we all thought that was normal. But after COVID, it's like blowing on candles. You know, spit comes out and stuff. It's like that's kind of
Did
gross.
you know? The Amish
a little
were not
gross.
affected like a lot of people, and they said it was because the close community with each other, they actually helped their immune systems.
Well, yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Right. So that But now you have a lot written here, Scotty, but I don't see
I
anything.
do, but we're not really getting to stuff here.
I know you're not. Is it what are we
Well,
writing here?
that's
Is
'cause you
this
guys-
your store list of what you want?
This is our script from. Okay, at this point, Scott, please laugh. At this point, be sad. I'm so sad.
Oh wow.
It's our script down because we're so scripted. Everything.
We had the what's it called? Teleprompter.
Yes. But sometimes
Clap now.
Sometimes it's hard to read like our. Okay, never mind. Let's.
Clap now.
Hold on. I'm reading it. Today we are addressing you guys. This teleprompter was made by Young Ching Chunga. Am I supposed to read that part?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay, let's continue.
Take a deep breath, Scott.
Anyway,
oh no,
of
we're not
course-
supposed to say that. That's just part of our.
Okay, guys.
We're supposed to
Obviously, we're not scripted. I take down when people ask questions. I take down, what they ask, and I want to give a shout out to Tyler Hoffman, my friend, and also his brother Matt Hoffman.
Oh.
You probably don't. Well, I've told you. Tyler. Let's see. Matt is the one that does Amazon with. Does that. He's big into snowmobiling. Sledder Society on YouTube.
Oh.
So if you like snowmobiling and that kind of stuff. And his brother his brother Tyler, I'm so confused. His brother Tyler's wife does Amazon, and he does Pokemon, which we've already been through there. We know.
Boy.
However, did you know there was actually a lot of people on my side that said,
yes, I know that.
and someone made a good point and said, if God is not convicting my heart that it's bad, well then they also view that, because everyone's gonna.
So is it that's the same with my Thrifty Thursday? Oh my heavens!
Well,
you think I would have robbed a bank if I go to a Thrifty Thursday? But my Thrifty Thursday, did you know that some of my Thrifty Thursdays were actually funded by people that actually care for me?
You mean someone actually gave you money?
For
How dare someone give you money for a thrift store?
I don't know.
How dare you?
Because we are begging for money,
Well,
Scott.
we make so much.
Please, Scott, give me money.
We make a lot of money. I mean, I got my Lamborghini out back there.
There's one thing that's unique about me. I've always admired rich people.
Well, you know me. This is not my home. Did you know? Oh my word! I gotta tell you this quick because this is funny.
Yes.
So we're taking a spin on negativity and we're turning it into something happy.
For those aren't. Yes. We're not being serious, okay?
Yeah,
We're
no.
joking. Okay?
Right.
Because they like to twist.
But what you got to do is, sometimes in life, laughter, it does the heart good.
Yes.
And in the Bible, it talks about laughter being like medicine. I think that's in the Bible.
Mentally, too, it's good for you.
Right. So, in the years before all of this, when I started my YouTube channel, it tremendously hurt me. And I would cry and, whatever, because I was kind of naive. But now I look on it and think, it's really funny because some of the things that people say are absolutely hilarious. So for many years, they spread a rumor that this is not my house. That I actually live in a $450,000 house up on the hill behind me, and then this is just staged.
But I just want to say something. Who cares?
Well, I don't know, but
who cares if you live in poor, whatever? There's tons.
Well, they were saying though that I act like I live this way, so
but
I
who
could
cares?
try to get.
You're an entertainer, so who cares if that was true or
Well,
not?
yeah, but
it's when you watch a TV show like Hoarders. Do you think that's actually all 100% real?
Yeah, but
like it's staged.
You know, what I'm trying to say is the whole spin
She's
was,
not, but I'm just saying.
No, the whole spin was that I was pretending
Yeah.
to be this way in hopes that people would give me money.
Well, I'm sorry, but the amount of money that people could give couldn't even pay a month's bill.
Oh no!
Like-
I mean,
but it's she's grateful because for her, her lifestyle, $10 or $5
Right. I can go 6 months and not get even a one donation.
Yes, these
I mean,
people.
they think that the money
they
is just
think you're
rolling
getting
in.
thousands of dollars a month and it's just rolling in and
Not
and
for
we're
me,
just
anyhow.
swimming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So what we do is we like to take a happy spin on things. We talk about things that are taboo that other YouTubers wouldn't share because they think it.
Well, they don't want to offend people. They don't want to.
Right, and we just talk about things and we have
I was personally offended.
a fun time and it's.
Well, yeah, because.
And like I said, it's because of him helping me with these kind of videos. It really has opened my life to just sharing my life more and not being so caring so much as far as.
There's a thing. Do you think everybody that you watch that's professional? Do you think that that's all they are?
Right.
Like when you're watching TV, it's scripted.
Right.
When you're watching, so you
Yeah,
got a
it
favorite
makes no
actor that you
sense.
think, or your pastor. Do you think your pastor doesn't struggle with stuff? You think,
Right.
I don't like people. I think they put this image on someone, and
Right.
it's like, oh wow, they're so good, and then when something happens, it's like, oh, I can't believe they did that.
But you know what? A subscriber told me, and this makes a lot of sense. She said, "What did Jesus ever do that was negative to people? Nothing. He
No.
died on the cross for our sins. He healed the sick. He cast out demons. He fed people.
Well,
and what did they do to him?
Well, he went against the trolls.
Elite, right?
No, the
but
trolls.
what did they do to him? They crucified
killed
him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Your father's. I think he's the one who came up with the name. I knew a boy in school who was really good in sports, and his name was Scott. So that's what we came up with. I mean, we always just called you Scotty, I think.
Yeah, I would
don't-
say some of the nicknames I had were Wanger Time, Energy, and Chipmunk.
And that's when you were a little older, when you went to camp.
Camp Hebert
Right.
and
Wanger Time.
Energy and Wanger Time. No, those were from school.
Okay.
They're from school.
Okay. So what's the next question we got here?
Best memories as a child.
Wow. We always tell the story about when I would put stuff on the bed for him and for Shell and for his other sister, and I would give him like little treats and little knickknacks and little cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now we went on and talked last week fully about the cassette tapes and how you like to listen to stories. He loved going to McDonald's. Now, his grandma and grandpa, they would go out to eat for breakfast, and it was a sit-down breakfast, and his oldest sister would go with him. But him and the other
Oldest sister? You mean my youngest?
The oldest sister would go with them for the breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
But the other sister over here, the other Sippy that you saw, she and Scott were best of friends. And he has no friends. They did not leave each other's side when they were young. They played people, they had cars, they did all kinds of things together, but they liked McDonald's. I love you. So as soon as her grandma and grandpa would get back, the grandma and grandpa would take them then to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And we lived in a farm, and they lived in the house across the field, and they would run over to grandma's, and that's what they would do.
Well, we would even be worse. We would call and ask if they could bring us McDonald's.
Yes, they liked being home. They were homebodies. And he loved Nintendo. So
Yeah,
he was really into Nintendo.
64.
Yes.
For those who don't know.
I don't know, you had different stuff, like little electronic stuff. Anyhow, so he would save his money up for them. That kind of stuff.
Our opinion on children living at home longer.
Okay, so I don't have any problem with children living at home.
Someone said to give them time to prep and plan for life.
Okay.
Is what they thought.
Yeah, I think that children should be able to stay at home as long as they absolutely want. Now, I think that we did not charge our children to stay at home. Now, of course, by the time they were 18, most of them did leave home and start their own life.
Some left and came back.
Some left and came back. But the thing is this, we always had an open door, and that was always, they can always come back to us, and we will always take care of them when needed. But then, we didn't have children that were couch potatoes. We didn't have any children that ever just leached upon us. We didn't have children that were lazy and wouldn't work. We didn't have children like that. So we didn't support them in staying at home and doing nothing. I don't believe in charging your children to live at home if they are responsible children and they just need a little helping hand as far with life. Now, if you have a child that's 40 years old and that child is not working and just wants to lay around and play computer games, then we got a different thing there.
And I try to live my life at this point with as little effort as possible.
Interesting.
Oh boy, is this the one with the aliens?
Do we believe there are aliens or other life in the world? Okay, yes, so that's that. And then have we heard the word Nephilim?
Yeah, okay.
Which we'll cover the aliens and other life in the world first.
Okay.
So, I have different opinions on this. So, well, just like everything.
Okay.
My opinion is probably going to be the most controversial. So.
Okay, let me go.
Take it away.
I believe that there is only one human race, and that's God made. God made Adam and Eve, and he made the human race. I do not believe in aliens. Now, with that being said, I do believe we live in a very spiritual world. And I do believe that in the Bible, it talks about the thin veil. I believe there is a thin veil between heaven and earth. I believe that it is thinner than what we think. So when somebody passes away, I think instantaneously they are in heaven. I believe that there are demonic spirits, and I believe there are spirits, but they're not made of man. I don't believe there's aliens that have flesh and blood that are, anything like that. I believe that God is the one who created. I don't believe there's aliens. I don't believe there's aliens. I believe there are spirits. And I believe they take on fleshly looking bodies, because the Bible does say about angels in disguise. So in other words, I do believe there could be somebody sitting like this that I would think is a human, and he's not. It's an angel. I believe the same thing can happen on the other side. I believe that Satan has some people that look like people right here, and they're not people, but they are spirits. I don't believe there's people living up in Mars and aliens and on ships, and they're going to come and get you, and they're going to, take you away, and they're coming to take you away. Ha ha. They're coming to take you away. Ha ha. Hoo hoo hee hee. Ha ha. You know that song?
Let me tell you something about me.
I do not.
Okay,
but
that is a
sounds
song.
like it came from an alien place.
No. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay. Well, how do I begin? There are green people walking around on this earth.
Oh, good.
And they speak in this tongue because I've talked to them. Ninko. Ninko. Okay,
That's gonna go. No, you gotta do a little thingy of that. Cartoon thingy of that. That's good.
Yeah, okay, so here's what I believe. I also believe that there's no green little men running around in spaceships that are gonna abduct you and probe you and then drop you back down on Earth. They're not sucking up our cows and probing the cows and then putting them down so strawberry milk doesn't come from a strawberry cow.
Amish do this to their animals and Amish do that.
I wonder if that's the same comment what I have then.
Because listen, it don't matter what faith you are, what religion you are, what color you are, what income gap you are. there's going to be bad apples in everything.
Well, yeah, that's like saying all Roman Catholics are the same.
Right? No.
All Jehovah's Witnesses are the same. No.
And all Amish are the same.
And that's like saying all Christians are the same. Well, we know that not to be true.
Right.
We know many Christians
and so,
that.
I just can't believe how people get so bent out of shape on a label. Not all Mennonites are good. Not all Amish are good. Not all Christians are good. Not all atheists are good or bad. It's just...
Yeah, it's their heart, and you don't know somebody's heart, so you can't...
And that's why the Bible says, judge, don't judge lest you be judged.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
I try to find good in everyone, and so that's what I like to do. And
well, it goes...
Why, did somebody ask you about that?
Yeah, well, we can jump to that. It said, Pam thinks the Amish are a cult. What is our thoughts?
Okay, well, so this is the thing. They are...
It's hard to answer.
If you go by what a cult stands for, yes, they would be part of a cult.
And so would have been the disciples of Jesus.
So because a cult means that you are following the interpretation of something
of a leader. Yeah.
Now there are born again Amish. There are born again Catholics. There are born again Jews. There's born again lots of different religions that are born again.
Yeah.
And then there are some Amish that don't believe that Jesus died on the cross for their sins. They're not born again. They do believe in their book, and they do believe exactly.
And
so they are following religion.
Yeah.
Jesus came to us for us to have a personal relationship with Him.
Yes, it's not a religion.
In heaven, there's not going to be the Amish here, the Mennonites here, the Catholics here. We serve a one God who believes that Jesus died on the cross for our sins, for the redemption of our souls. What you need to do is be a light in a dark world. You need to show Christ in a loving way that people look at you and say, you know what, I know you've gone through all this, but you still are happy. I want what you have. What confuses people or non-Christians are Christians that want to walk both ways.
Yeah.
And what does Bible say? Jesus says, I'd rather have you hot or cold. Lukewarm, I'll spit you out.
Yeah. Well, and just like back in biblical times, Matthew, he was a tax collector, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being a tax collector was one of the lowest, the scummiest,
and Zacchaeus.
Sinnest people you could be back in those times because they took your money.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times unjust, yet he called him to be a disciple.
Right.
And he was judged.
Right.
So if Jesus would have had that same mindset of, oh, he's bad, I'm not even getting near him.
Zacchaeus, come down from here, for today I'm going to your house. And he had supper with him.
Yeah.
And guess what? Because of his love, he didn't condone it. He showed love and grace and mercy through it. These people's lives were changed. If he would have pointed up to Zacchaeus and said, you horrible, foul man, get away from me, I don't like you.
Yeah, you're going to
Zacchaeus would have never changed.
Kill them with kindness, the term.
I don't like that term, not that word.
I think we've said it before.
Right, it's kind of all. I don't go with that term, but I do believe in turning the other cheek when it's appropriate, and I do believe sometimes it is appropriate to take a stand and to take a stand for your beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that's where discernment comes in. We pray for discernment in everything.
Yeah, it's fine line.
Okay.
Is it okay for a fully grown adult child to read his mother's private text messages?
No.
Yes, that's no. That's
no.
I don't know what for grown child would want to read his mother's private text messages. That's
what you need to establish is you need to establish boundaries. Boundaries can happen in everything. We could go to a whole subject on this.
Yeah.
Because boundaries are important in all aspects of life.
What would make a child? Like, are they afraid their mom's talking about them?
I don't know.
That's a very intimate...
We don't know the whole concept either. Is the child worried about the mother in some way? And worried about the mother, is the mother, we don't know. So, that's not appropriate.
For generic...
Unless it's out of concern for some reason.
Yeah,
if the mother is
suicidal or cheating on your husband or
if
something.
The mother has some kind of major mental issues and you're concerned about them,
Yeah. Because...
Wow, we touched a lot of subjects.
Yeah. In general, that's just... Eating cake that my sister was forced to buy on her own.
Shell, you want to come here and say hi, please? No, I can't even see. You don't even have the view screen here, so that's all right.
I'll come back here. That way I'm on it.
This is her birthday.
Hi, you guys. I was hungry for a chocolate peanut butter cake, so I got it for all of us to share because my brother's birthday is coming up next.
Right.
So I thought I'll get cake and we can all eat cake. So that's what we got.
Okay, thank you.
And I already ate my piece and now I'm full.
She ate that as fast as my dad licks his plate.
Okay. Man, Scott, you and your bright lights. I don't like bright lights. So, before we start anything, I need to...
Blinded by the light, pick up like a in the middle of the night.
What is wrong with that boy?
Y'all, I'm 53 years old. I've got to take my menopause relief first before we start this podcast.
Oh, I don't... Where's my hat? Ew! Oh, my hair is probably nasty. Oh, my goodness.
So, these really help me.
Oh, my goodness.
I take 2 of them every day.
I got
They're
hat
really
hair.
good, too.
Guys, I got hat hair.
I need to be calm and
No one knows. No one cares.
collective when we have these podcasts because I get a little crazy.
I get moody.
I was looking to see if they have
I'm trolling my trolls.
magnesium in them because I take magnesium. Y'all, stop laughing.
I need your opinion of the cake quick. What's your opinion?
Well, I'm eating my gummies right now.
It's good. I could eat 5 more pieces.
All right. These are really good, and they help me out. Because I get hot flashes really bad. All right, so what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about perfection.
That I hate that I can't say everything I want to say in life.
Well,
on podcasts because we live in a world where nobody's right and everyone's right.
Do you want to just...
I appreciate it, but don't talk.
I love your work, though.
I know, I don't want, that's fine, but don't talk.
Just kind of give a little backdrop of that, or you want me to start spilling the beans?
You spill beans.
Or do you want me to start spilling the tea? Isn't that what they call it? Spilling the tea?
Maybe in UK.
Something about spilling the tea.
Maybe in the UK, I don't know.
Wow. Anyhow, so we did a podcast, but Scott said some things he just didn't think he wanted to say. So we're going to do another podcast, and I'm going to talk to you about...
I'm adding some stuff.
Yeah, he's going to keep some of it, but I'm actually going to do this podcast, part of it. And it's all about perfectionism. And let me tell you what, where I went wrong in my YouTube channel. Did you know I really went really wrong in my YouTube channel?
Well, if you ask the trolls by just creating it, you went wrong.
Well, yeah, right. You know, two-ton Tessie, and messy Tessie. That's kind of old. And I haven't heard of anything. No, I don't think I've heard anything new come up out of that. And he just took off on me. So, anyhow.
That's because I came and got my favorite cookies of all. My favorite cookies. Monster cookies. Cookie! Nom, nom, nom. Monster cookies. Oh, delicious.
Oh, wow, this is good. This is good.
I had
it's
a small
rich.
piece, that's why.
So,
yeah, 2.
Let me talk about something.
Monster cookies, they got M&Ms in them.
So, the situation is this. Now, I think you go through this, but not like me. For the longest time, about 6 months, I wanted to have a perfect YouTube channel. You all right?
Not really.
You're not in the hot seat yet, I'll tell you that. When you start sweating then.
I'm never all right.
I wanted a perfect YouTube channel. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted me to look perfect. I wanted me to have the perfect food, the perfect outfit, the perfect lighting. And guess what happened? I lost half my views. And I kept thinking to myself, I'd go to bed at night and I kept thinking to myself,
We need an answer. Yeah. Let's do it.
I got the perfect setup, the perfect camera. My house was just clean. You know, I had it all figured out. Why do people not want to watch? Then I realized something.
People love drama.
Yeah, well, I don't like drama, so, you know. But you know what I realized? People like people who are real. And so I thought to myself, well, how am I going to be real? Because I am Messy Tessie. Now, I know the trolls called me that, but I got to give them a little bit of, you know, their time in the sun.
I wouldn't give them no credit.
Well, I am messy. Right, but I am messy.
A dog poopy bag.
But you know what? It's because of living real life is what people want to see. You see, we have drama everywhere. TV shows and, you know, what is it?
Family.
7 Wives or the the guy that has a whole bunch of wives or something, and then we got.
That's me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was on that show.
Scott, you're not supposed to tell these people this.
Well, I have
if they find out
4 wives. Sorry.
Listen, Scott. If they find this out, you know it's going to go bad for you.
What does it matter if I have 4 wives or 1 wife or no wife?
Well, you know, we have to know these things because you are on the camera for the world to see. And everything you have to know. You have to tell them. They have to know everything.
Well, they're all in other countries, so what does it matter?
Oh, now you're really digging it deeper. No, he does not have more than 1 wife. So you're going to see a lot of talking.
There's gonna be so many people that will clip that and post it.
Well, sure. But you gotta understand, we love teasing us back and forth. Don't worry about the battery. The battery would be just fine, Scott. See, that's the thing. And so you know what I decided to do? I decided to do a little bit of an investigation with all of my subscribers. And they didn't even know it. You know what I did?
Kind of like when we did with the trolls and we found out where all them live.
Yeah, we know where one lives for sure, Orlando, Florida.
We know where they all live. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. We know. Oh, well, I know where a couple of them live, not all. But anyhow, I decided to do this little experiment to see. And what I did was, I posted a video of me just being real. House messy, me messy, just sharing, and it's a 1 out of 10. Like, that's what they want to see.
What does a 1 out of 10 mean?
1 out of 10 means it's the best video I did in 10 days.
Oh, so in 10 videos, okay.
In 10 videos. And so I figured, you know what? I'm going to be me. Because there are so many of them really big YouTubers that all act like they're perfect and all have the perfect. I'm not going to get this kind of...
They are perfect.
I'm not going to get this kind of views. Because that's not what my audience wants. My audience wants low income and me living in a trailer that is a little bit on the rough side.
Mommy, I did this. Mommy, I did this. Mommy, I did this. Mom, I did this. Hey, Mommy, I did this.
Nom.
I came up with that.
Cookie?
No, I'm eating this.
To be honest, Michelle's cake was way better than this cookie. That cake was good. Cookies were good.
They look a little dried out.
Yeah, a little dried. Could soak them in milk overnight and probably
so
dry.
Is there anything bad about being real on YouTube?
Absolutely.
So what's bad about being real on YouTube?
Well, being real on YouTube, people make up stuff. They take assumptions. They assume. They cause drama. When you're real on YouTube, they think that their life is perfect and you're the only one with skeletons.
Right.
Like they fail to, you know.
Right. So does that mean then we just stop being real and we just don't do anything on YouTube? We just shut the door. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the dark. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Woo! Life's and everything's alright.
Life's nothing but a game.
No. So this is what I figured out.
I don't know. When it comes to people,
so this is what I figured out.
They're hard to please.
So this is what I figured out.
Yeah, I know you are real, but your behavior is not good.
Did God have perfect people? No. So God uses all of us. And so I'm just going to be me. I'm not going to try to have the full production intros, even though I do like that. But that's, just do me.
Well, do whatever you want.
Get up in the morning, and I might even wear my 90s sometimes in the morning. Can you imagine that?
Hey, whatever. It's your life.
Right. And just, my hair is up, standing up straight like the Grinch. He the mean one. Mr. Grinch.
I think what you have to do is, for the people that you care about, you have to be careful what you say, but for the rest of the people, let them hear the...
Right.
Like...
Right.
It's very controversial in that.
Right.
Because we have opinions that we know could offend someone close to us, including ourselves.
Right.
I could say someone offends you or you me.
Right.
And I think if you care about people, you have to hold back on that. But I think then for other stuff, let it out.
I think this is what I think too. And Pastor Mel prayed for me about discernment. I think it's really important that I share stories of things that affected me, but I don't get to the point where I'm telling somebody else's story. So it's not in my place to tell somebody else's story. I can say what affected me and keep it with just me, but don't go and start bringing other people into my story when they may not want their part in my story.
Yeah, well, even though
people... And like my adoption. That was a big mistake I made.
Yeah.
I talked about how the adoption affected me.
Well, you can't talk about personal...
Well, you can.
Yes.
You can. But what my problem was is I went on to say when my birth father came into my life and I added him into my story. I don't need to add him into my story. My story is my story, and I can share what God has done in me.
Yeah.
And so that's why we have a little bit...
Yeah.
But I'm saying
too much into that.
Right, but I'm saying that's how with the podcast, we want to talk about our story, but yet we want to make it a way that people aren't offended, but yet we want to tell our story.
Oh, it's like, how do you not offend people? Okay, so to leave off with the question, someone is worried about Social Security. So the thing is, what is your thoughts on Social Security? What is your thoughts on just the economy as far as money goes? So it's going to be a little, this is the money segment.
I don't know a whole lot about money. So money is not something that I am really good as an expertise in it. But as far as Social Security, I always told hubby that I don't think I will ever draw Social Security. Now, I never did earn Social Security until the last couple years of YouTube. So I am paying into Social Security with the hope that someday I can draw from it. But if we would not have a Social Security, I believe it would be to the point where the whole banking system would be down. And no matter if you had Social Security or not, it would be so troubled that there would be no money.
It would probably be set income for everybody.
Well, true.
That's one thing people say, is that it would be set income where the government gives you a certain amount of money for everybody, not just welfare, just across the board, and that's what you live on.
Right. So
if Social Security wasn't there, that's probably what they would.
This is a big fear. This is a big fear because the majority of my subscribers that watch my videos are age 60 and older. And of course, as you know, they're 90% females. So I don't know, we all worry about Social Security. We do.
Yes.
But I say now try to save and not use as much money as you possibly can. The problem is our medical system.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people with Social Security are on medication. And that medication is basically, they need it to live. But
your dad's on heavy pain meds.
But when they buy it to live, it's their demise with their finances. Do you realize there are a lot of people choosing between their medicines and food?
That is, yeah.
So I don't know about Social Security. I do think that we don't need to fear it.
Would you tell people to draw it early or?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I told hubby,
and I'll give my opinion on that.
I told hubby that he should draw it as soon as he gets the age of that, because you don't know if you're going to have it.
Yes.
If you need it. Okay, so here's the question. If you don't need it, if you got plenty of money and you don't need it and you don't need it to survive, keep it in there. But if you're living to the point where you have no money now, you need to get it out and you need to draw from that, in my opinion.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I've got two different sides. One of Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey says, if you can withdraw it and then invest that money, you'll make more money in return over the loss of if you would have waited till you're older to take it out. So Dave Ramsey says if you don't need the money, take it out, put it in mutual funds, and you can get a higher return and make up the difference of the money if you would have waited. And then, but you at least have the money now while you're taking it out. I personally would take it out no matter what. I think because, use that. If you're working a full-time job and you take it out with it, now you can go part-time and you don't have to work full-time job in your 60s, 70s, and 80s. You can do a part-time job and have that. So, you work 15 to 25 hours a week in Social Security. In the shape of the economy, I think,
my problem is I like to see it. I like to have a handle on it. I like to see it. I like to know where it is.
Well, like Dave Ramsey says, do not hope on the government to save you.
Right.
The government only permits one human lump per family.
Dave Ramsey said that, so don't attack me on that.
Right.
But I agree too, because if you rely on the government to fix your problems, the government can't even fix their own issues.
But the problem is, Scott, That's easy said and done.
Well,
but when you're only earning $600, let's say $600 or $700 a month, and you're medicated, it's not paying for everything. Even if you have insurance, you're still not covering everything.
Then I personally, from my personal stance, I would say change your life, change all your habits. If you're on high blood pressure, figure out what you can do in your own personal life.
Right.
And this is my personal recommendation that I have personally seen. Don't eat within 3 to 4 hours before bed. Do not eat a snack. Do not eat nothing.
So basically you're saying be more vigilant on your own health.
Yes.
Try to see if you can
help
yourself.
cut back on medication.
Right. But don't ever cut back on medications without your doctor's notice. You know, we're not telling you to cut back.
No.
You need
I would, but that's me.
Well, we're giving a disclaimer here that we are not medical doctors, nor are we nurses. We don't know anything about the medical field. We're just explaining our opinion. I said to the doctor, I don't feel no pain. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm feeling good. I said, why am I feeling so good? He said, well, it's your outlook. He said you're focused on getting home, so you'll do anything to get home.
Well, yeah, and people
who don't want to live, often they're more quicker to die on the operating table than people that have a will to live. I'm saying when they have,
Well, and
surgeries.
also, it's not a coincidence that husbands and wives, when one dies within 6 months to 12 months.
My dad was 7 weeks.
Yeah. Because
my mom was his life.
Well, yes, and then when that's gone, what's your purpose? Why do you need to live another 20 years if you truly miss them?
So my question to you is, a lot of people who watch my videos have a loved one that passed away, a spouse. So you're saying is to try to bring joy into your life.
Yes, because
that doesn't mean you don't love them anymore.
No, well, by you bringing joy into your life, you're honoring their memory.
Yes.
Because the longer you're alive, the more their memory is alive.
Right.
And now I can understand, if they're your soulmate and whatever, and they died maybe at an age where it's not really super old. Okay, so we are done.
The camera is hot. We just want to say the last talk is enjoy your life. Do things that you enjoy and live in a positive way, and you will be happy for it.
Yes, you will.
Woohoo! Bye.
Bye.